This statue on Ellis Island is mislabeled, and I would like to have it fixed, please. Outside the Immigration Museum on Ellis Island, there are 8 large bronze sculptures by artist Philip Ratner. From what I understand, these sculptures were privately funded by families to honor their own immigrant ancestors, meaning they're based on real people. They were originally displayed at the Statue of Liberty in honor of the centennial, but during the late 80s, early 90s renovations, they were transferred over here to Ellis. And that is when I believe the labels were mixed up. So this imposter claims to be the patriarch, but I believe he is actually the working man, dedicated to Paul Antonelli. The Antonelli family immigrated through Ellis Island from Italy. Then they moved out to Oklahoma, where Paul opened a bakery. Now, I don't know too much else about him, except he lived the type of life to leave behind children and grandchildren who appreciated his hard work and sacrifice and wanted to honor him by donating this lovely statue, which is mislabeled. Now, I have made a handful of inquiries, but I seem to have hit a brick wall. From what I understand, our records on these are incomplete. I selfishly would love to know the stories behind the real people that inspired these statues. So often we focus on just a handful of the most famous folks who came through Ellis Island. Albert Einstein came through in 1933. Irving Berlin, the famous composer who wrote God Bless America, Putting on the Ritz, There's No Business Like Show Business. He came through Ellis in the late 1800s. Actor Boyardee, better known as Chef Boyardee, immigrated through when he was 16, then worked as a cook at the Plaza Hotel. But those stories of just your grandpa who worked real hard as a baker and whose kids went on to do other things, those stories tend to get lost or downplayed in importance. I lost my grandpa when I was really young. I don't remember much about him, except he smelled like pipe smoke, and we used to play a card game together that involved putting together a donkey. But he was a hardworking man. He put 5 kids through college, including my mom, and my mom adored him. And he loved the heck out of us. So of course, in my mind, he was just as smart as Albert Einstein. He was just as charming as Irving Berlin. And he was on par with Chef Boyardee, by which I mean he could heat up a can of soup. The cooking gene was not present on that side of the family. He might not have been any of those famous people, but I think he still would deserve to be properly honored, just like every hard-working man.